unranked and underpublicized during the preseason, Joey Meyer and the DePaul Blue Demons erased the doubts and silenced the critics. Meyer devised a winning formula that quickly made the Blue Demons the talk of the town and also captured the attention of the rest of the nation by season's end. Senior standout Dallas Comegys gave everyone a scare at Illinois State when he went down with a twisted knee. Comegys, who had scored 41 points in DePaul's first 2 wins of the season, was held to just 2 against the Redbirds. But Meyer's troops stood their ground in a tough place to play and prevailed behind Rod Strickland's 24 points and Stanley Brundy's 10 rebounds off the bench. At Western Michigan, where DePaul had lost the last 2 times out, the result was never in doubt as the Blue Demons raced to a 54-26 halftime lead and then coasted to victory. A total of 6 players wound up in double figures, led by Strickland's 21 tallies. In front of a national television audience and a capacity crowd at Louisville's Freedom Hall, DePaul posted a win over the defending national champion. As he had done so many times before on network TV, Comegys came up with a sterling performance. He netted 23 points, and junior Kevin Edwards emerged as a scoring threat with 20. The victory was Joey's first against Louisville and finally put the Blue Demons in the national rankings, where they would remain the rest of the season. Meyer and company closed out the 1986 portion of the schedule with 4 more wins. The first challenge of the new year was at Dayton, a hostile setting where DePaul had not won since 1981. Edwards and Comegys came through again with 24 and 21 points respectively, and DePaul rolled on. After Furman fell, Notre Dame invaded the Rosemont Horizon and was greeted by 17,623 onlookers, the largest crowd ever to see a DePaul home game. The Blue Demons snapped a 2-game losing streak to the Fighting Irish, coming from behind in the final minute of play to post another victory. That set up a showdown with crosstown rival Loyola. With a chance to capture DePaul's 1,000th victory in school history, the Blue Demons responded in grand fashion. After trailing by 1 at half, the schoolyard Dogs defense limited the Ramblers to 22 second-half points, and DePaul won going away. Three wins later, DePaul stood alone as the only undefeated team in the country at 16-0. After battling back from an 11-point halftime deficit at Georgetown, the Blue Demons lost the lead and fell for the first time. The 16-game winning streak was Joey's longest in 3 years as head coach. Bouncing back with 1 win at home and another on the road, the Blue Demons prepared to host ACC power North Carolina State. Jumping out 18-4 in the early going, DePaul was never headed as 5 players landed in double figures. The Wolfpack was sent home with a demoralizing loss. next game against Dayton, Comegys, DePaul's all-time leading shot blocker, put on a clinic, rejecting 10 attempts by the Flyers. His school record-setting performance highlighted another lopsided win. After 4 more victories, Georgia Tech, another ACC powerhouse, came calling at the horizon. DePaul's dynamic duo of Comegys and Strickland stung the Yellow Jackets with career highs of 33 and 28 points respectively in a triumph on national TV. It was DePaul's 9th straight win since the loss at Georgetown. The Athletic and Convocation Center was packed for the rematch between DePaul and Notre Dame in the second to last game of the regular season for the Blue Demons. Forced to foul in the waning minutes of the contest, DePaul dropped the decision in what was actually a much closer game than the final score indicated. The Blue Demons were outscored at the free throw line by 16 points, but that only made them hungrier as their 10th consecutive postseason appearance approached. DePaul grabbed its 26th victory of the regular season in the finale against Marquette and entered the NCAA tournament as the 5th-ranked team in the country and the number 3 seed in the Midwest region. For the first time ever, DePaul was the proud host of the first and second rounds of the Midwest Regional. Chicago fans were not disappointed as the Blue Demons responded with 2 victories in the friendly confines of the Rosemont Horizon. Closing out his senior season, Comegys came to play against Louisiana Tech. He led all scorers with 29 points, and Strickland pumped in 25 more as DePaul sent the Bulldogs packing. Next up was St. John's, a familiar foe from the Big East, in what proved to be one of the most exciting comebacks ever. DePaul rallied to send the game into overtime after trailing by 5 points with 45 seconds remaining in regulation. A twisting left-hand layup by Strickland with 8 seconds left sent the game into OT. The Blue Demons' comeback left the Redmen shell-shocked, and DePaul went on to win as Edwards finished with 26 points. In the Midwest Regional semifinals at Cincinnati, LSU squeaked out a victory, which ended DePaul's hopes for a Final Four appearance. But Joey and the Blue Demons could hold their heads high, pointing to a season which saw them defy the odds. A school record 28 wins, an unblemished 17-0 mark at home, and 2 NCAA tournament wins were all evidence of a job well done. DePaul University bids farewell to Dallas Comegys. A third-team All-America, Dallas led the Blue Demons in scoring, rebounding, and block shots this season. He finished 7th in voting for the John R. Wooden Award and is projected as a first-round pick in this year's NBA draft. During his career, Dallas played in 4 NCAA tournaments and advanced to the Final 16 3 times. Dallas definitely left his mark on Blue Demon basketball history. With a current record of 65-26, Joey Meyer has been head coach of DePaul for 3 years. He has guided the Blue Demons into NCAA tournament play each season he's been at the helm. As a fitting tribute to his accomplishments this season, Joey was named Chevrolet Coach of the Year by the CBS Sports staff, District 4 Coach of the Year by the U.S. Basketball Writers Association, and District 11 Coach of the Year by the National Association of Basketball Coaches. Call it chemistry, call it coaching, or call it talent. The 1986-87 Blue Demons had the winning formula. The good news is that 6 of this season's top 7 players will return next year. Kevin Golden will be back in the front court, as will Andy Laux in the backcourt. Stanley Brundy and Terrence Green will bolster the front line, while DePaul will feature a backcourt second to none, and Kevin Edwards and Rod Strickland. With those elements in place, another competitive mixture is already in the making.